Hey, good morning everybody. It is Saturday morning. We're about to get started on some things here on the farm. It's time to wean some lambs. We've got two groups here. I'll show you where they are. This group here. And this group here. So we're going to wean these two groups here. As you can see, we've changed them onto dry hay. And we were also feeding them straw, mixture of straw and dry hay for a while, just to lower that plane of nutrition as far as we could and still fill their gut. So we're weaning them off and moving the ewes outside just to make some room in this barn. As always, the problem with this barn is space. Right, Curtis?
That's right.
Yeah. So we got to find a way to get the ewes outside, out to pasture. They won't really have a lot to eat yet, but we'll park a few dry hay bales out there. It's probably good that there's not tons for them to eat out there. They could get bloat, so this is probably a good thing that there's not tons out there yet. So we're gonna put a few dry hay bales out there and get some fences set up. Are you ready for this?
I don't know. No, you're not. Not really.
They're not ready to get back into setting up fences. We kind of had, what, 4 months off? Now we're back into setting up fences, and it doesn't really feel like spring or summer yet because it's only about 3 or 4 degrees.
And it's windy.
And kind of windy. So we're all kind of bummed about that because we've had a bit of spring weather.
Hey, but Monday's gonna be good.
And it's not spring, and it doesn't feel like spring anymore. So, even though it is spring. All right, so let's get going here.
Oh, we lost the fence. 2 fences we lost. Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell we haven't done this in a while. Okay, let's go. All right, you can grab one. We'll make a corner right here, and you guys can go straight down this hill.
The corner right on the gravel.
And yeah.
Oh yay.
Whatever, that's not hard there, I'm sure. And then we'll just go as far out as we can heading that way. So we're trying to find a location here where the sheep will have access to the creek water, and also where we can feed them bales fairly easily without making a mess of the pasture. So here we can still reach them from the driveway over here, and they'll have access to the creek, which runs all the way through this valley here. So we're just going to quickly get this set up, and at least then we'll have a place to put them. As you can see, with a couple guys, it does not take long to set up fences. We can probably set this section up in a matter of 10 minutes. So this here is the creek we're talking about. This creek flows really strong when we get heavy rains in the fall and in the spring. Through summers, if they're fairly dry, it'll actually dry right up, which is why we actually, last year we plumbed in this water line that comes all the way from our main water source in the pig barn. And it comes all the way down from the barn up there, all the way down the valley here. And it just follows the creek all the way along, so that throughout the summer we can just tap into different sections of this pipe and provide water for the sheep instead of trying to get a water tank out here all the time. So we're going to keep going with the fencing here. It's going to continue here. It's going to go right over this creek to provide them this little section here to drink from, and back up the hill over here. Okay, Okay, so we got everything set up here. We've kind of made a bit of a funnel here for them to come from the sheep barn over there and all the way into this pasture here.
So Curtis and Dad are just getting a fence cleared up. We're just about to start weaning them. We got all the gates and stuff set up. Since we've kept on bedding all these sheep here, it's just built up along the gate, and the gate is halfway buried. So now they gotta dig it all out. Hey, we got them weaned. All right?
Yeah. Let's get them all locked up in pasture here.
Dad's gonna go get a bale, dry hay bale we're gonna put into these, just because there isn't that much grass in here really to keep them well fed. So he's gonna get a dry hay bale, we're gonna throw it in, then we're gonna close up the fence, and then we're done weaning. Okay, just pull her across. How's this?
All right, so we got them all out here. I think they're happy enough to be out here, but they're definitely already bawling for their lambs, but it is what it is. It is something they get over pretty quick, because realistically they weren't letting a lot of them drink much anyways, and those lambs are eating so much creep feed now that they couldn't have been drinking much from her. So I already got them a bale. We got to get them some mineral and a salt block, and we got to put the power fencer on there so that they actually stay in there, which this time of the year isn't usually an issue, because there's not much green grass that they're gonna be looking for, because there really isn't much. So Kurt's gone to get the power solar fencer, and he's gonna hook that up, and we're gonna go see if we can deal with these lambs that were just weaned. Try to get them contained for a change. Here's all the weaned lambs. So what we got to do is we got to get the creep feeder out of there, the creep feeder out of there. We got to find a way to keep them fenced in on that side, and also find a way to keep them from getting out here again. So we're going to put a few panels along the front, and just install some feeders along the front here, which will also help keep them in. Okay, we can just put feeders in the front here, those wooden ones.
And then we don't have to block it.
That'll keep them in a bit.
So should we just leave a whole gate for the feeder?
Well, let's do the feeders first, maybe.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the ones that we weaned from the machine fed pen, which is all of these guys, and they're going to go in with all the ones we just weaned, and that'll kind of free up this area here. And we'll move this feeder to this side, and then we'll have one big group of nice big group of lambs here on full feed. And maybe we'll start feeling a little more organized here, because when those lambs are running all out in the aisle, we're still going to have some because the back groups still aren't weaned, of course, but it'll be that many less. So all right, so we've got everybody weaned here and we got them settled into their new pen. Well, their old pen, but all on their own here. And we've got their feeders set up, so we'll just let them get settled in here. It's kind of noisy in here, so I'd say it went pretty well. We didn't bother setting up the handling system for this. It was hardly worth it. We don't have a separate area just for doing that sort of thing. I'm just gonna go out here where it's not so noisy. We don't have a separate area where we can do all our sorting and stuff, which is unfortunate, but we got to work with what we got. So this is how we did it. We did get them all separated. The ewes are out on pasture and the lambs are all on their own here. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay posted for the next one. Thanks for watching.